Let's get you standing. Feet and knees hip width apart for me. Let's get equal weight between the ball of your foot and your heel. Let's make sure your toes are nice and grounded to the floor. And let's just take a little bit of slack out of the knees here. So the knees are just slightly soft. Let's bring our pelvis into its neutral position underneath the spine. Belly button in, lower tummy, scoop it in and up, ribs in and down, hands by your side. Okay, let's grow tall for the top of the head. Shoulders float up to your ears, roll your shoulders back, squeeze your shoulder blades together, and then draw your shoulders down into your back. Lengthen up to the top of your head. Let's grow as tall as we can, and then draw that chin slightly in and back so we lengthen the back of the neck. And let's breathe in and out. Good, and again, breathing in and out. And again, in and out. Arms by your side. Lovely. Let's place those hands on your hips. Transfer the weight into your left leg for me. Have the knees slightly soft. And bring that right foot a little bit closer to your left foot. We're going to start with just the legs and then we'll add some arms in. So slide the right leg forwards and then draw me a semicircle around your body all the way to the back, squeeze your bottom and then slide it back in. And then we go back the other way. We slide it back, keep tall, draw a semicircle around the body, come forwards and then slide it back in. Try that again. Slide forwards. Now hold that core. Circle the leg around the body. Start to engage that glute as that leg comes behind you and slide it back in. And then slide it back for me. Squeeze your bottom, keep tall. Circle the leg around the body. Come forwards and slide it back in. Now imagine with your hand you're sort of doing breaststroke forwards and backwards, okay? So as the foot goes forward, arms come up. Circle the arms around the body, come behind us, slide them back in, and then go behind you, circle the arms forwards, and then slide the leg back in. And again, if you can, if the arms are too much, just focus on the legs. Slide it back in, and then behind you, circle round, and slide in. One more in both directions, forwards, and open belly button to spine, engage that glute, and in and backwards. Take those arms back, circle round and forwards, and come back in. Have a little walk through that supporting leg for me. Well done. I'm just going on this next one, turn sideways. You don't need to, but I just want you to see the shape of my spine. So feet and knees hip width apart for me. Soft through the knees. Chin to chest. We're going to do a roll down. Take a breath in. As we breathe out, I want you to roll down through your spine. So let the arms fall forwards. Nice and rounded through the back, chin to chest. Pull that length of the spine. Keep the knees soft. Bring your arms to the floor, or if you can't reach the floor, behind the legs here. Let the head go long. Now think about doing a cat stretch. I want you to round your spine away and then release the spine. I want you to round the spine away as if you're pushing the back of your shoulder blades to the ceiling and then release the spine. And again, I want you to round the spine. Now hold that rounded spine and try to straighten the legs. But keep that spine round. Now soften the knees and release the spine. And again, round the spine like a cat. Look at your knees. Straighten your legs. Stay rounded through your spine. And then soften the knees and release the spine. And one more. Round the spine like a cat. Straighten the back of the legs as much as you can. Stay rounded for me. Soften the knees and release the spine. Take a breath in. Draw up through the core and let's gently uncurl. Breathe on the way up. Bring your tailbone down towards the floor. And slowly stack that spine up one vertebra at a time. Lovely. Make sure you place the shoulders, uncurl the head and the neck. Oh, and then have a nice little roll at the top. I'm going to come back to facing you now. Lovely. So start hip width apart for me. Hands on hips, soft through the knees. Take the weight into the right foot and then bring that left foot a little closer. Are we ready to do our semicircles on this side? So come forwards with that foot. Semicircle all the way around behind you if you can and slide the leg in. Take that leg behind you, engage that glute, left glute, and circle round, put it back. And again, slide the leg forwards and circle round behind you and come in. And then take that leg back, keep tall and circle round and come in. Add some arms if you can. Coming up forwards, arms circle round the body, take the arms behind you and then float back. Arms behind you and circle forwards and come in. Keep the right knee soft and stay tall. Circle behind you and in and behind you. Circle forwards and back. Last one for me. Forwards, circle round, squeeze that bottom and in. Last one. Behind, arms go behind, circle round and forwards and back. And have a little walk through those legs. Lovely, well done. Okay, I'd like you all to go long on your mat now. Take your right foot forwards onto the floor. Have that knee soft and then just take your left foot so it's tapping behind you. Now, I want you to think about the pivot happening from the hip bones. And I want you to almost think that you're trying to push yourself diagonally up towards the ceiling, okay? Like you're about to start a race. Knees are soft for me. So let's have hands on hips, shoulder blades into your back. Push off and then just do a little pivot from the hips. Hold and then come back. So you're stretching that head up towards the ceiling. Push off, stretch the head towards the ceiling. Pivot at the hips, take that leg behind you now, squeeze this glute, squeeze that buttock and then come back. And one more, push away, lengthen out to the top of the head, get that glute switching on and then come back. Now if that's as far as you want to go balance wise, that's fine, you carry on there. If you can, we're going to pivot a bit further. So when you're ready, weight into your right foot. Stretch out through the head, pivot. And if you can keep pivoting, remember that this movement is happening from here, not from the leg. But you've got to squeeze that bottom and lengthen that left leg away. Hold, and then gently come back. One more. Think of stretching out through the head. Engage this left glute and pivot from the hips. See how far you can go. It's okay if you're a little bit wobbly. And then slowly come back. Have a little walk. Lovely. Feet and knees hip width apart. We'll do the other side in just a second. Let's do a lovely swinging squat. When we get to the top, we're going to do a nice hyperextension from the spine. Make sure your hyperextension comes from your ribs and not from your lower back. So the pelvis shouldn't move. Arms up. Are you ready? Take a breath in. Breathe out. Swing and up. And then hyperextension from the ribs and down. Breathe in. And swing and up. Hyperextension from those ribs and down. Good, and again. Swing and up. Little hyperextension from the ribs and down. One more. And swing and up. And then from those ribs and come back down. Oh, lovely. Okay, pivot on the left. So left foot forwards, right foot behind you. Left knee is soft, hips are facing forwards. Right glute is what's going to be activated. So think about pushing yourself off, lengthening out to the top of the head, and then pivoting from the hips. Now really squeeze that right buttock, lengthen that leg away. Left knee is soft and then come back. And again, stretch out for the top of the head, stretch out for the toes of the right foot. Squeeze your buttock, pivot from the hips. Can we go a little further? Good. And then come back. And again, pull in through that core. Take that leg off, lengthen, and then pivot from those hips. And then back, so you can stay at that level or you can go a little bit more. Lengthen out through the head, take that foot off. Now ready, squeeze that right buttock and pivot. Keep the left knee soft. Keep pivoting if you can, hold. And then gently come back. And then one more, and we're ready. So take the weight, soft knee, right leg out, squeeze the bottom, grow long out to the top of the head, and pivot, 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 pivot. Good, it's okay if you wobble. And gently come back. And have a little walk. Feel that in those glutes. Well done, really good. Okay, let's come down onto the mats, shall we? More water with me. Okay, so let's start with sitting, feet and knees hip width apart. So just want to warm the spine before we put some variations in here. So hold the back of the legs, sit tall up onto the sit bones, feet and knees hip width apart. Take a breath in. Tuck the tailbone, breathe out. Let's just round into that spine, shoulders down, chin up. Come to about arm's length is absolutely fine. Stay nice and round as you come up. Use your arms if you want to. And as you come onto your sit bones, I want you to grow nice and tall. Breathe in. Breathing out. And again, tuck that tailbone round. Pull back to the sternum. Round the spine. Breathe in. Breathing out, rolling forwards. Coming onto the sit bones. And then growing tall. One more for me. Breathe in. Breathing out and tuck. Now, careful your chin doesn't clamp to your chest. So keep that chin up, keep the shoulder blades into your back. And really scoop up from that lower tummy. If you can, take the hands away, drop a little bit lower. Good, and then rounding as we come up onto sit bones and grow nice and tall. Okay, Russian arms. So it doesn't matter which way, particularly, okay? One arm on top of the other. Okay, shoulder blades into back, take a breath in. Breathing out and tuck. Now we want to go to a point that you can hold. So come onto the back of the pelvis, keep the feet nice and rooted to the floor. Breathe in. Breathing out, rotate to the right. Keep both buttocks on the floor and then breathe into center. Your head follows your arms. Breathe out, rotate to the left. And then come back to center. Now really work on that tuck. So really pulling around and under through the core and center. And then to the left, breathe out. And center, rolling up, nice and tall, and then have a hug. Lovely, okay. So we're gonna add a variation to that. All right, so one hand on top of the other. As we rotate to the right, we're going to lengthen the right leg away. As you rotate to the left, we're going to lengthen the left leg away. So nice and tall. Tuck your tailbone under, rolling back onto the back of the pelvis, draw your shoulder blades into your back. I don't want you here, I want you here. I want that core to be really switched on. Breathing in, breathing out, rotate to the right, lengthen the right leg. Place it down and come back into center, keep the tuck. Now to the left, rotate, left leg extend, and then come back into center. And again, to the right, extend, and center. Then to the left, extend, and center. Breathe in, round for the spine. Good, come up nice and tall, and let's hug those legs. Lovely. Okay, so coming all the way back. So a bit more complicated with the arms now. When we rotate to the right, we're going to have the right hand on top and we're going to extend that arm as we extend the leg. When we bring it back, we're going to switch. When we rotate to the left, we're going to extend the left arm. Then we're going to come back to center and then we'll switch I'll tell you when to switch, so don't worry. Okay, so nice and tall. Last variation, we're going to have our right arm on top of our left arm. Shoulder blades into your back, breathe in. Breathing out and tuck your tailbone under to a place that you can hold. Make sure your shoulder blades are into your back and you've got a nice gap between chin and chest. Breathe in. Breathing out, right leg extend, rotate to the right and hold. Now reach your right arm away. Come back into center and then switch the arms. Breathe in. Breathe out, extend the left leg, rotate and hold. Breath in. Breathe out, left arm, reach away. Bring it back on top, come back to center. Breathe in and switch. Breathing out, rotate to the right, right leg away. Hold, breathe in. Breathe out, extend that right arm away. Breathing in, bring it on top, come to center. Breath in and switch. Good, breathing out, rotate to the left, left leg away. Breathe in. Left arm extend, breathing into center, pull that leg in or rotate back to center, roll up with the spine, oof, and then hug your legs. Fantastic, guys. Like that one, I like that one. Good, okay, so let's have your left knee nice and close to you and your right leg long out onto the mat, okay? Now, depending on your hip flexor mobility, you can either just hold the back of the thigh, which is a bit easier, or you can pull right the way in and hold the front of your shin, whichever is best for you. I really don't mind, okay? So shoulders down into back, grow tall through the spine for me, and now just tuck your tailbone under and pull slightly back through your sternum. If you can then get that leg a bit closer, absolutely great. So you're slightly on the back of your pelvis, flex the foot. Okay, so we're going to go up towards the ceiling in a flex foot for 4. Pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, point down. Flex up, pulse 1, 2, 3, 4, point down. Flex up, 1, 2, 3, 4, point down. Flex up, 1, 2, 3, 4, point down. 2 more, flex up. 1, 2, 3, 4, point down. Last one, flex up. 1, 2, 3, 4, point down. Gently come up, stretch out towards those toes. You should be feeling that in this quad, hopefully. And then uncurl. Let's come back, same leg, left leg tucked in, tall. Tuck the tailbone round, pull your tailbone under, go a little bit closer if you can. Point the toe, lift up, clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Anti-clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Anti-clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Last one, clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, hold. Anti-clockwise, 1, 2, 3, 4, and rest. Extend, flex your feet, stretch forwards. Lovely, well done. Gently roll up. If you need to, give that thigh a bit of a pat. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to do that on the other leg in just a second. I want you to slide your bottoms forward a little bit. We're going to do a moderated boomerang. Okay, so I'll do the easy options and then I will layer it up. Okay, and see how you get on. So let's start with your right leg crossed over your left leg at the ankle. Arms up here. You're going to tuck your tailbone, roll down to the floor. Hands come down, legs come up. Press the legs towards you. Now switch the legs over. So left is now over right. Tuck your chin to your chest. Use your elbows, legs down, push up, and then stretch forwards. So this is your moderated boomerang. Nice and tall. Tuck your tailbone under. Legs come forwards and press. Switch. Tuck the chin, legs come down, a little bit of elbows if you need to, and stretch. Stay up here. So we never change the cross here. We always change the cross when our legs are up into the air. Good, and switch. Tuck the chin, legs down. Maybe no hands if you want to make it a little bit harder. So no push with those elbows. And again, tuck and press, switch, tuck the chin. You want your arms up? That's lovely. And stretch. You want to make it a bit harder? You tuck, you go down, and you lift your bottom off. Your switch happens here over your head. You roll down, up, over, and stretch. If that's not working for you, that's fine. You can just do the leg press. You switch. Good, 2 more of whichever. Good. Make sure you breathe. Last one for me. And then rest. Oh, that got me warm. So I'm just going to slide back a little bit now. Okay, so when you're ready, we're going to have your right leg nice and close towards you. So again, hold the back of the thigh or hold the front of the shin, I don't mind. Nice and tall through the spine, tuck your tailbone under, and then maybe bring that leg a little bit closer. Flex as you lift. Ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, and point down. Flex up. 1, 2, 3, 4, point, smile. And again, flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, and point down. And again, flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, and point down. 2 more. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, and point down. Last one. Flex. 1, 2, 3, 4, and point down. Gently roll up. Stretch out towards those toes for me. Lovely. And then uncurl. And again, slide the right leg up. Tall spine. Tuck your tailbone around. Hug it a bit closer if you can. Shoulder blades into your back. Point the toe and lift. Clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And again, clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. And clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Anti-clockwise. 1, 2, 3, 4, and hold. Leg down, roll it up, stretch forwards to those toes. Brilliant, guys, well done. Again, give that leg a bit of a slap if you need to. Lovely. Well done, guys, that was really good. Okay, we're going to come front facing towards me. Now, I need you in a right-sided mermaid. If you can't get into mermaid, you can do your variation, okay? So you can have that leg forwards if you want to. You can have that leg out to the side if you want to, or you can have both legs forwards if you feel that you can't get into any of those alternatives, okay? If you can get into mermaid, can you make sure that this foot is to the side of that leg? Okay, because that will help you. And try to get your pelvis neutral. If you can't get both buttocks on the floor, obviously clearly don't worry. And then this leg is nicely behind you and we're nice and tall. Bring your arms up in whichever position is suiting you best. Shoulder blades into your back. Now I want you to push out through the ribs, which means that if you're in mermaid, your left buttock will come up a bit more, and that's fine. Now tilt, hold your core, bring that hand to the floor and reach the other hand away. Good, now bring that hand all the way around, turn through the chest. Bring the hands so that they are parallel and then gently lift the chin. Good, hold the core, open that arm back out. Stretch away, hold the core and lift. Now grab hold of that shin or the side of your leg. If your legs are long, you may want to take your arm across your body and bring that arm right up by that ear. I want your bicep right by your ear if you can get there, okay? If you can't, as close as you can. Keep the arm as close to the ear as we can, and then we're going to go over to the side. So we get this really deep stretch here in that right side. Try to keep that arm as close to your ear as you can. And then release it off, arms out. Good, so shift the ribs out to the right and then down to the floor. Stretch the left arm away and now bring that hand round. Let's have a little variation here. So bring the hands that they're parallel for me. I'd like you to round the spine away as if you're pushing the floor away from me. And now I'd like you to come back to center and try to bring the chest through your arms. And push the chest through the arms. And then again, around the spine away. Good. And then try to pull your chest through your arms. And then release all the way out. Stretch that arm away. And lift all the way up. Good. Hand to the side, arm by the ear if you can, or as close. Make sure you're not bringing the head towards. Keep the head on top, arm as close as we can, and let's come over. Lovely stretch into that side. Good, and then come all the way back. Let's do one more of those. So let's shift those hips, shift those ribs, I should say, out to the right. Come down lightly, gently. Good, stretch the left arm away. Bring that arm all the way round. Parallel if you can. If you can't get them parallel, you might need to bring one hand slightly back. Good. Now round the spine away. Good. And then release. And then bring your chest forwards as if you're trying to push it between your arms. And then again, round your spine away. And then bring your chest forwards. And then release, take that left arm out, stretch that left arm away and engage the core as you lift. Hold on to that shin, arm by your ear for me, and then let's come over. Good. And then release. Fantastic, guys, well done. So unravel your legs. I'm going to slide my bum back a bit. And I want your feet to be slightly wider than your shoulders. So we're not out here, just slightly wider than your shoulders. And then I want you to try and sit up on your sit bones. Now with these exercises, when you're doing this from home, if you struggle with sitting up tall with your legs long, you can slightly bend the knees. And I have no issue with that, because if your legs are long and you're pulled backwards, you can't stretch forwards. I'd rather have your knees bent and tall slightly. The other alternative is to put maybe something underneath your bottom to raise you up. So a couple of big books underneath your bottom will also help. So when you're doing this kind of exercise, especially when we're focusing on not only these muscles, but the lower back muscles, I'm happy if you have to bend these knees a little bit. Okay, so sit tall up onto your sit bones for me, bring your arms forwards, and let's just rotate to the right leg, so hands on either side of the right leg for me, okay? So we are going to pivot forwards with a straight spine first, then we're going to round the spine like a cat, and in that rounded spine, we're going to try and drop ourselves down even lower, so bringing your nose towards your knee, but keeping both sit bones on the floor. Let the hands float down to the floor, and then we're going to round our spine and curl all the way up. Try that again, arms up. So straight spine, pivoting at the hips first, and then round the spine. And then let's try and go a little bit lower with a rounded spine. Let the hands float to the floor. Maintain that round spine and gently uncurl. One more on this right side, arms float up. Pivot with a straight spine. You keep the shoulders down and then round the spine.
Then try and lower yourself with that rounded spine. You might better get a bit lower this time. Hands float down to the floor and gently uncurl. Let's try the other side. So let's get tall and central. Arms come up forwards first. Now rotate. The reason I'm getting you to do that is I don't want you to rotate through the pelvis necessarily. We're rotating, you can see, through the chest. And then we are doing a straight spine forwards. Reaching out, long spine. Now round the spine. And then try to lower yourself more with the rounded spine. Your nose is heading towards your knee. Breathe, let the arms float down to the floor and then gently uncurl. Make sure your knees stay facing the ceiling. Arms come up and then straight spine lower. Reaching out with those fingers, shoulders into back, round the spine. And then again, going a little bit lower, that rounded spine, lower, lower, lower. Hands float down to the floor and then gently uncurl. That feels good. And one more, arms come up. And then a straight spine drop. Straight spine, straight spine. Good. And then round spine. Breathe. And then lower that rounded spine. Come on, let's go a bit lower. You can do it. Hands down either side of the legs and slowly roll ourselves up. Good, shoulder blades into back. Let's bring the arms up for me. Thumbs pointing to the ceiling. We're going to rotate to the right and pulse 1, 2, 3 and center. Hit the curtains here. Rotate to the left and pulse 1, 2, 3 and center. Let me just walk forward a little bit. Shoulder blades into back. Okay. Rotate to the right and 1, 2, 3 and center. And then rotate to the left and 1, 2, 3 and center. Now turn the palms uppermost. The thumbs are pointing behind you. Shoulder blades into back. Rotate to the right. And 1, 2, 3 and center. Rotate to the left, stay tall. And 1, 2, 3 and center. One more. Rotate to the right, palms up. 1, 2, 3 and center. And then to the left, keep tall. And 1, 2, 3 and center. And relax. Just slide those knees up. Gently just come forwards. Just relax around the shoulders, around the spine. That's nice. Then take the legs back out, flex the feet for me. So we're going to take one hand behind and then we're going to rotate, taking our opposite hip off the floor. Let me just show you one. So my feet are wider than my shoulders. I take the right hand behind me. I come up and over. I stretch over and I'm putting that hip with me and I'm reaching away through that arm. And then I circle all the way back. Take that hand behind me. You join me. Left hand behind, right hand over. And I rotate through that hip. Rotate and reach. Now as I come back, I'm lengthening that right leg away as far as I can. So left arm over, rotate the hip, reach. And as I come back, my left leg is pushing away, pushing away, pushing away, pushing away. Good. Left hand behind. Rotate that hip. Reach. And as I come back, right leg stretching away, stretching away. 2 more. Right hand behind. Rotate the hip and reach. Stretch the left leg away. Stretch it away. Stretch it away. Last one. Left hand behind. Rotate and reach. And then stretch it away. Stretch it away. And relax. Lovely, bring those legs in for me. So let's go into left-sided mermaid now. So left leg in front of you and right leg behind you, okay? Again, add a variation if your knees and hips aren't so keen on the mermaid position, okay? Shoulder blades into your back, lift your arms up, keep your shoulders down. Now with your rib cage first, push away through the ribs. Push away, push away. Bring that left hand down. Now reach that right arm away. Really reach. Good, now bring that arm all the way round. Try to get the arms parallel, and for now, just lift the chin. Good. Now take that arm back, reach it away and have the shoulders as far away from the ears as you can. Now use your core to lift rather than pushing into the floor. Good, grab hold of that chin, bring the arm right by that ear or as close as you can, and then we're going to come over to the side. That. Great stretch. And then release, arms come up. Let's try that again. So ribs, push those ribs out to the left. Good, so your right buttock is off, that's absolutely fine. Now slowly come down, reach away with that left hand. Now I tend to push with that right hand, sorry. I push my left hand back a little bit. So as I come round, it's a little easier to get parallel. And then I'm going to round my spine away, almost as if I'm trying to push my hands away from me. Keep the arms straight though. Now you're going to bring your chest, you're going to try and push your chest between your arms and lift your chin. Let's try that again. Round the spine away. I love this for my back. And then release. And then bring that chest between your arms. And then release. Take that right arm away. Reach it away. Now use your core to lift. If you can plant both buttocks, great, but if not, as much as you can, grab hold of that shin arm by the ear, and let's go over to the side of the body. Good, stretch, stretch, stretch. Lovely. And then release. So let's do that one more time, arms up. Push the ribs out to the left. Softly bring the hand to the floor. Get nice grounding and reach away. Good, then bring that arm round, hands parallel, so adjust your hands if you need to. Round your spine away from your body. Keep the arms straight if you can, as if you're pushing the floor away from you. And then release. Now bring your chest forwards. Now you're trying to push your chest between your arms. Lift your chin. And then release, and then again, round the spine away, as if you're pushing that floor away, and then release, and then pull your chest forwards, lift your chin, and then release into neutral. Take that right arm away, and then reach it away. Also reach out diagonally through the top of the head as well. Brace the core and lift. Grab hold of that shin, arm by the ear, and over we go. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Try and keep that arm as close to your ear as you can. And then release and relax. Unravel those legs. Well done, guys. Really nice. Okay, so we're going to do a couple of side leg exercises. So come onto your right side facing me. And we're going to start on the elbow. So elbow underneath the shoulder. And nice and tall up through the body, so we're not shrugging down here. Ribs are nice and lifted. You want to create as much space in here as you possibly can, okay? So let's take the legs long, but let's take the bottom leg and pull it up at 90 degrees. This then stays long in line with your body. We're trying not to roll backwards. We're trying to keep that hip up. We're trying to keep the space here. And this leg is in front of you at 90 degrees, okay? All right, so let's just start with a hand here just around the rib cage. Lift up for me, flex, come forwards. 1 and 2, point back. Flex, 1 and 2, point back. Good, flex 1 and 2, point back. So core as we flex forward, buttock as we stretch back. 1 and 2, keep lifted. And again, keep that bottom leg down, don't let the knee lift. Flex 1 and 2 and back, one more. Flex 1 and 2 and back. Come back into alignment, pointed toe. Let's go forward circles. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Go backwards. 1 and 2 and 3. Stay lifted forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Last one. Forwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. Backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. And rest. Bring that knee in. Ooh, can we feel that here? I can. Okay, let's take our body all the way long now. So arm long, head relaxed, legs in line with your body. Let's move my wheelchair away. Legs in line with your body for me. Make sure those hips are nicely stacked. And we're going to bring our top arm by your top ear. You may want to just watch me for the first one. So I'm going to roll backwards onto my bottom buttock and lift my feet off the floor. I'm going to roll all the way into a hug. Now I'm still down that side of the body. I'm going to take myself back out and then roll back onto my side and then relax the legs down. So do it with me. So brace the core, lift the feet off the floor, start to roll onto your bottom buttock and then hug in. Hug, hug, hug. And you're not completely on your back. You're laying on that side, okay? Extend your legs away and then roll back onto your side. Keep your feet off if you can and then relax. And again, lift the feet off, roll backwards onto your side of your buttock and hug into your chest. Now take it away. Hold that core, squeeze those legs and push the hip forwards. Push, 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 push. Keep your feet off if you can. And then relax. You'll do it again. Lengthen, lift, roll backwards, hug in. Good. Extend the legs away. Now use your obliques and twist. And down. Last one. Lengthen, use the muscles in your waist. Roll back and hug in. And then take the legs away, arms away, rolling up through those hips. Whoop, legs off and relax it there. Well done, guys, that was really good. So we'll do those side lay ones on the other side in just a little while. I want us now to roll onto our backs. So if you prefer to have a cushion or a folded towel underneath your head, no problem, absolutely fine. Okay, go for it. So, okay, so let's get ourselves nice and grounded to the floor. We're going to have the arms out to the side of the body with the shoulders relaxed. And we're going to do a nice double knee drop. In our double knee drop, once we've dropped to the side, we're going to press our lower leg into our upper leg. So, one leg up into tabletop, brace the core, and then bring the other leg up into tabletop. Really trying to get my knees over hips. Now, if that does hurt your back, I'm actually happy if you do go a little bit closer, okay, that's fine. And I want your shins to be parallel. So I'm always trying to keep my feet in line with my knees, okay. So I'm going to come towards you first. So I'm going to go to the left, but you can come to the right if you're the same way as me, if you want to, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to drop the knees down. I'm going to try to keep my chest facing the ceiling and my opposite shoulder blade on the floor as I drop the knees. And then I'm going to hold, and then I'm going to press my bottom leg up into my top leg, and then I'm going to come to centre. Separate the knees slightly at the top. Let's go the other way. So I'm going to drop over to the other side, and as I keep my chest facing the ceiling, I get a nice stretch to the top of my chest, and then I'm going to press my bottom leg up into my top leg, and then I'm going to release and come to centre. In fact, let's try to keep that press on as we come up to centre. So let's go over to the side, try to keep your opposite shoulder blade on the floor. I'm going to press my bottom leg up into my top leg. I'm going to keep pressing as I come to centre. Then I'm going to release and let the knees come apart. Let's go over to the side again. Keep the opposite shoulder blade down, get that lovely stretch. I'm going to press my bottom leg into my top leg, resist it. Keep pressing as I come to center. And release. Let's do 2 more. So over to the side. Shoulder blade down. Press my bottom leg into my top leg with that inside thigh and hip flexor switching on, and push, push, push as we come to center. And then release. Last one, over to the side, whichever side is next for you. Opposite shoulder blade on the floor. Keep looking at the ceiling. Press your bottom leg into your top leg. Resist. Keep pushing. And relax. Hug your knees into your chest. So great. Working through the waist, working through the core, but lovely work on the inside thigh and your hip flexors as well. So we're going to come into a single leg pull. We're going to do 3 single leg pulls. We're going to extend our front leg, and then we're going to do 3 scissors. Oh, lovely. I'm going to keep my head down for this one. So right knee comes in, lengthen left leg. Stretch 1, switch. Stretch 2, switch. Stretch 3, hold. Extend your right leg. Switch 1. Switch 2. Switch 3. Bend the knee. And then go 1, 2, 3, let's do 4, hold, I counted the wrong one, left leg extend, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and bend. This is 1 and 2 and 3, extend, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and bend. This is 1 and 2 and 3, extend, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and bend. Shall I slow it down for you? 1, 2, 3, extend, switch 1, switch 2, switch 3, and bend. This is 1, switch 2, switch 3, extend, and 1, 2, 3, and bend. 2 more. This is 1 and 2 and 3, extend, and 1, 2, 3, and bend. This is 1 and 2 and 3, extend, switch 1 and 2 and 3, and hug. Good. Well done. Little rock side to side for me. Little rock side to side. Where are we? I've forgotten where we are now. Oh yes. We can squeeze this in. Bring your feet down, hip width apart. Hands by the side of your body. So just a little bridging exercise before we do our side lays on the other side. Okay. So tuck your tailbone for me. Breathe in. Breathing out and roll up into your bridge. Stretch out through your knees for me. Open your chest and squeeze your glutes. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, let's roll down for your spine. 1 vertebra at a time. Tuck that tailbone under and then release. Good. So this time we're going to roll up. We're going to stay up. And I want you to slide the hips to the right. Slide the hips to the left, but the knees don't really move, it's just the hips, okay? So tuck your tailbone, roll up into your bridge for me. Open your shoulders, squeeze your glutes, slide your hips out to the right, and then come back into center. Slide your hips out to the left, and then center. Now as you slide to the right, engage your right buttock a little bit more for me. Good, and center. As you slide to the left, engage your left buttock a little bit more for me. Go on, squeeze it up, squeeze it up, squeeze it up. You'll be able to go further. And back. 1 more each side. To the right. Squeeze that right buttock as you push the hips out to the right. And then center. Now out to the left and squeeze this left buttock as you go to the left. And center. Breathing in. Breathing out and rolling down through your spine. And rest. Lovely. Bring that right knee and give it a hug. Extend that right leg up into the air, put it down. Drop the hips heavy into the floor. Heavy, heavy, heavy with those hips. And then release. Left knee in with a hug. Extend up into the air, put it in towards you. And then go heavy, heavy, heavy with your hips into the floor. Breathe. And release. Okay, let's turn onto your side. Gently walk yourself up for me. Lovely. And then we're going to swing our legs round so your left side facing me. Elbow underneath the shoulder for me. Bring this bottom leg up to 90 degrees. And we want this leg to be in line with your spine, with your hip up. And there's lovely space here in your waist. So bring the arm around the rib cage, shoulder blades into your back, flex your foot. And 1 and 2 and point back. Good. And again, 2 pulses and point back. And good. And again. So core forwards, glute back. And 1, 2 and back. And again, keep your bottom leg down, don't let that pick up. And again, keep those ribs up. And 1, 2, back. 2 more. 1, 2, and back. And again, 1, 2, and back. Come in alignment, point your toe. Forwards, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Go backwards, circle, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Forwards, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Backwards, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Forwards, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Backwards, 1, and 2, and 3. Last one. Forwards, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. Backwards, 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and rest. Give that a bit of a little slap. Lovely. Okay, let's go long on her mat now. So arms and legs, everything into a nice alignment, arm by your ear. Now you're ready. Lift those legs off the floor, use that waist. Roll onto the side of your bottom buttock and hug in. Balance on the side of the body. Not to roll backwards too far. Extend those legs away and lift up through the hips. Keep the feet off the floor if you can, and then relax it down. And again, pull up through that core and lengthen. Roll backwards onto the side of the body and draw those knees in. Hug. Woo. Don't pull backwards. And lengthen out. Come up through the side of the body, lengthen and relax. And again, pull up. Roll back onto the side of the buttock, girdle, and pull in. Hug, 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 hug. But don't roll backwards onto that, completely onto your back. Extend and lift, 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 lift through those hips. And relax. One more. Lengthen up to the side of the waist. Feet off the floor. Roll back. Control with your core. Control. And then bring those knees in. Hug, hug, hug. Good. Extend away, stay on the side of the body and lift up. Legs off the floor still. And then relax it off. Well done, guys. Okay, soften those knees and let's gently walk up. Oh, fantastic. Well done. Okay, bring yourself sitting comfortably facing me. So let's have your feet together and your knees apart, but feet comfortably close to your body. I don't want them all the way up here at the moment. We're just going to think about loosening off through those hips, okay? So let's have your hands on your feet or your ankles for me. Relax through the spine. I just want you to gently pull back and chest forwards, lift, and then pull back, and then chest forwards, lift, and then again pull back, and chest forwards, lift. Good, and then bring your hands just onto your knees. I just want you to rock from sit bone to sit bone. I go crack when I do that. Rock from sit bone to sit bone. Lovely. Good, and then come to centre. Bring your forearms down on the insides of the knees and push away as you drop the body just slightly towards the feet. Get that nice stretch. Gently push away. If you want to go a bit closer with your feet, you can. That's nice. And then release. Take your right leg forwards and bring your left foot all the way round over to the side of the knee. With your right hand, grab hold of your left knee and pull it in, then turn your body away. You can take your left hand behind you to support. Grow tall through the spine for me, but pull that knee round as well. That's nice. And then release, take that leg long. And then the other side, bring it round and over. Left hand on the right knee, pull it in. Turn your chest, take your hand behind you. Turn your chest away for me. Grow tall for the top of your head and breathe. Good, and then release. Sit however you are most comfortable. So legs crossed, legs in front of you. Have a roll through those shoulders. That's good. Shoulder blades down into your back. Tall to the top of your head. Drop your right ear towards your right shoulder. Good. Then turn your chin down towards your shoulder. Turn your chin back, ear to shoulder, and then lift up. And then left ear towards left shoulder. Carefully don't lift the shoulder towards the ear. And then turn your chin down towards your shoulder. And then turn your chin back, so ear is back towards the shoulder. And then lift. Again, shoulder blades into back, rotate all the way round towards the right shoulder. If you can, as long as you have no major neck problems, lift your chin slightly up. And then back down towards your shoulder, and then come back. And then finally over to the left. And then lift the chin slightly up. And then back to the shoulder. And then back to the side. And relax. Make a circle for me. Round the spine. Stretch the arms forwards. Chin down to chest. Really reach those hands forwards for me. Come all the way up into the air, both hands. Separate and right hand stretch up, little lean to the side. Left hand stretch up, a little lean to the side. And again, right hand stretch up. And left hand stretch up. Come back to center, circle those hands behind you and push the chest forwards, lift the ribs and then relax it down. Let's breathe in and out. And again for me, breathe in. And out. Last one. Breathe in. And out. Relax. Take a moment. Good. Well done, everybody. Give yourself a little smile.